Spain are heading back to the FIFA World Cup final, and this time, they didn't just beat France, they completely outplayed one of the tournament favorites from the very first whistle. In a match filled with tactical brilliance, relentless pressing, and moments of pure quality, La Roja proved why many now believe they are the best team in world football. While France arrived with superstars like Kylian Mbappé, Ousmane Dembélé, and a squad packed with elite talent, it was Spain's collective strength that stole the spotlight. From the opening minutes, Luis de la Fuente's men dictated the pace, controlled possession, and never allowed France to find any real rhythm. After the final whistle, Spain's manager couldn't hide his emotions. He praised every single player for their incredible commitment and explained that this wasn't about one superstar carrying the team. According to him, every player contributed, whether they started the match or came off the bench. He described it as Spain's best performance of the entire tournament and admitted they knew exactly how dangerous France could be. Facing a team loaded with attacking firepower meant Spain had to remain focused for every second. One mistake against France can change an entire match, but Spain refused to lose concentration. Their discipline, patience, and teamwork became the biggest difference between the two sides. The manager also highlighted something that has quietly become Spain's greatest weapon throughout this World Cup: composure. Instead of panicking under pressure, Spain have learned to wait for the perfect moment to strike. They don't rush attacks, they don't lose their shape, and they never allow emotions to control their decisions. That maturity has grown with every game, and against France, it reached another level. Reaching only the second World Cup final in Spain's history is already a remarkable achievement, but inside the Spanish camp, nobody is celebrating just yet. Their manager made it clear that the journey isn't finished. The goal has always been lifting the trophy, not simply reaching the final. There is still one more challenge ahead, and they already expect it to be even tougher. As the match began, the atmosphere inside the stadium was electric. Football legends, analysts, and fans around the world expected a tactical battle between two European giants. France entered the semifinal full of confidence after an impressive tournament, but Spain wasted no time showing who would control the game. The breakthrough came from what initially looked like a harmless cross into the penalty area. France appeared comfortable, but one brief lapse in concentration completely changed everything. A French defender lost track of the dangerous run behind him, allowing Lamine Yamal to attack the space. Arriving from the blind side, the young Spanish star reached the ball first before being brought down inside the box. The referee immediately pointed to the penalty spot. It was exactly the start Spain had been hoping for. Mikel Oyarzabal stepped up with incredible confidence. There was no hesitation, no sign of nerves, and no second thoughts. His penalty was struck with power and precision, giving the French goalkeeper absolutely no chance. Just 20 minutes into the semi-final, Spain had taken a deserved 1-0 lead. That goal perfectly reflected everything Spain had built throughout this tournament. They don't rely on individual magic every few minutes. Instead, they create pressure through intelligent movement, patient possession, and constant teamwork until opponents eventually crack. France suddenly found themselves chasing the game. Things became even more difficult when an injury forced William Saliba off the field before halftime. Losing such an important defender disrupted France's organization, forcing an early substitution and changing the defensive balance against one of the most organized attacking teams in the competition. Although France continued searching for answers, Spain remained calm. Every pass had purpose. Every player understood his role. Even when France attempted to press higher up the pitch, Spain consistently played through the pressure with remarkable confidence. Their midfield once again became the heartbeat of the performance. Rodri quietly controlled the tempo, constantly offering passing options while protecting the defense whenever possession was lost. Alongside him, Spain's midfield rotated beautifully, making it nearly impossible for France to recover the ball for long periods. One of the biggest talking points wasn't just Spain's attacking quality, it was their defensive discipline. Rather than sitting deep and allowing Mbappé space to attack, Spain defended from the front. Their forwards pressed aggressively, forcing France into rushed decisions and uncomfortable passes. Whenever France tried building from the back, Spain immediately closed every passing lane. This relentless pressing prevented France from ever establishing control. Even football legends covering the match couldn't help but praise Spain's organization. They pointed out that while Lamine Yamal naturally attracts headlines with his incredible talent, this team is not dependent on one player. Every movement is connected. Every player works for the group. That collective identity is exactly what separates Spain from many other national teams filled with individual stars. Meanwhile, Mikel Oyarzabal continued proving why he deserves far more recognition than he often receives. Although he doesn't play for Barcelona, Real Madrid, or Atletico Madrid, his numbers for Spain are simply outstanding. With another crucial goal in a major knockout match, he continued building one of the most impressive international scoring records in Spanish football. The analysts argued that football fans sometimes overlook players who quietly deliver consistent performances without flashy skills or endless highlight reels. Oyarzabal may not perform spectacular tricks every match, but he always knows where to be when his country needs a goal the most. That ability cannot be taught. As halftime approached, Spain looked increasingly comfortable. France still possessed dangerous players capable of producing moments of brilliance, but those moments never arrived. Every attack seemed to break down before reaching Spain's penalty area. Every dangerous run was quickly tracked. Every loose ball was contested with maximum intensity, instead of allowing France to grow into the match. As the second half kicked off, France knew they needed an immediate response. Trailing by 1 goal against a team as disciplined as Spain is never an easy situation, but with players like Kylian Mbappé, Ousmane Dembélé, and a bench full of attacking quality, there was still plenty of belief that Les Bleus could turn the game around. Spain, however, had no intention of giving them that opportunity. Rather than sitting back to protect their lead, Luis de la Fuente's side continued pressing high up the pitch. Every French pass was met with pressure. Every loose ball belonged to Spain. Instead of allowing France to dictate the tempo, La Roja remained completely in control. The patience that had defined their tournament once again became their greatest strength. Then came the moment that effectively ended the semifinal. In the 58th minute, Spain produced a move that perfectly represented everything they had worked on throughout the competition. Pedro Porro exchanged a brilliant 1-2 pass before bursting into open space. While France focused entirely on the ball, nobody tracked the runner. That single mistake proved fatal. Porro calmly finished the move, doubling Spain's advantage and sending the Spanish supporters into celebration. It wasn't just a beautiful goal, it was the reward for intelligent movement, quick passing, and outstanding teamwork. The French defenders were caught watching the ball instead of following their runners, and against a team as technically gifted as Spain, that is a mistake you simply cannot afford. At 2-0, the momentum completely shifted. France desperately searched for a lifeline. Mbappé tried to create something special, Dembélé looked for openings on the wing, and several attacking substitutions attempted to inject fresh energy into the match. For a brief moment, there was hope. A loose touch from Spain's defense nearly created an opening, but goalkeeper Unai Simon reacted brilliantly, charging off his line to smother the danger before France could capitalize. That save summarized Spain's entire evening. Whenever France threatened, someone in red had the answer. Whether it was the defenders winning challenges, the midfield recovering possession, or Simon making confident decisions, Spain simply refused to lose control. The television analysts praised Spain's defensive structure throughout the match. Rather than defending deep inside their own penalty area, Spain defended from the front. Their attackers pressed relentlessly, forcing France into rushed passes and uncomfortable decisions. Because of that aggressive approach, France rarely managed to build attacks with any rhythm. Their dangerous forwards were constantly receiving the ball under pressure instead of running into open space. Even when Mbappé found himself isolated against defenders, Spain immediately doubled up, refusing to allow the French captain the freedom he normally enjoys. One analyst summed it up perfectly. Spain didn't stop France because of one incredible defender. They stopped France because all 11 players defended together. That collective mentality has become the identity of this Spanish squad. While Lamine Yamal naturally grabs headlines with his incredible talent, the experts repeatedly emphasize that Spain are far more than a one-man team. Every player understands his responsibility. Every player sacrifices for the group. That unity has carried them all the way to the World Cup final. The praise continued for Mikel Oyarzabal, whose opening goal once again highlighted his remarkable consistency for the national team. Despite rarely receiving the same global attention as some of football's biggest superstars, his international numbers speak for themselves. The analysts argued that football often rewards flashy skills and viral highlights, but true winners are remembered for producing when the pressure is highest. And once again, Oyarzabal delivered exactly that. His movement, positioning, and composure in front of goal continue making him one of Spain's most valuable players. Meanwhile, Pedro Porro became another unexpected hero. Known primarily for his defensive work, the fullback chose the perfect moment to score one of the biggest goals of his international career. His timing, intelligent run, and clinical finish demonstrated exactly why Spain's fullbacks are such an important part of their attacking system. France never truly recovered after that second goal. Although they continued pushing forward, their attacks lacked the sharpness that had defined their earlier matches in the tournament. Spain's midfield completely controlled possession, forcing France to chase the ball for long stretches. Rodri once again produced a masterclass. His contribution may not always appear on the scoresheet, but his ability to control the game's rhythm, protect the defense, and recycle possession remains priceless. Analysts described him as the silent engine behind Spain's success. Alongside him, every midfielder contributed to maintaining Spain's dominance. The passing remained calm. The movement remained organized. The concentration never dropped. Perhaps the biggest compliment came when experts admitted this was Spain's most complete performance of the entire World Cup. They attacked with intelligence. They defended with discipline. They pressed with incredible intensity. And most importantly, they played as one united team. On the opposite side, there was disappointment for France, but also respect. Several pundits praised Didier Deschamps for everything he has achieved with the French national team over the past 25 years, first as a legendary player and later as one of international football's most successful managers. Even though France fell short of another World Cup final, his legacy remains unquestioned. Reports now suggest a new era could begin for France, with Zinedine Zidane widely expected to become the next head coach. If that happens, he will inherit one of the most talented squads in international football. But on this night, talent alone wasn't enough. Spain were simply better. They controlled possession. They controlled the tempo. They controlled every important moment. The statistics told only part of the story. The real difference was visible in Spain's confidence, communication, and tactical discipline. Every player trusted the system. Every player trusted each other. That belief has carried them within one victory of football's greatest prize. Now, all eyes turn toward the FIFA World Cup final.